last time we interviewed you was at Chillfest, but we have interviewed you at Rewind Festival about 2016, 17.
Yes.
It was in a caravan
Yeah.
at the back. It was in a really, I think Sue almost fell on you with her camera at the time, but that's quite a long
I remember that,
long time ago.
Yeah, 8 years or something, yeah.
So you've been coming to Rewind as long as we have. What do you like about Rewind?
It's local at the moment, it's really well organised. The audiences are fantastic.
Oh,
It's got a good vibe. It's like good vibrations.
Yeah.
It's got a really good vibe. And you know, every time I enjoy it.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Same.
what else would you want to do? It's like, it's lovely.
Oh, we love it. We come back every year, going out in the crowd, chatting to everybody. Everyone's so happy.
Yeah.
Your set, obviously, is always good, but today we were packed in there trying to see you. Everyone had crammed forward. It was
Really?
it was.
I like that because I don't get to see
No,
stuff like that
that's
happening.
right.
You know, I just think everybody's standing politely in a field. You know, it's like, oh, that's very good. Yes, you know, because you think, oh, they're from Henley. Because the car parks, you're looking at. I've never seen so many Range Rovers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a bit posh. You know, it's like, it's a bit posh.
Talking about
You're looking-
posh,
yeah.
last time we spoke to you, said about how much you loved Premier Inns.
I love
Have you
them.
frequented any lately?
I have regularly, all the time, because it is the best sleep. And now they've got the posh room. That you can,
well.
you know, they are good. Or even though you don't have a bath, and I do like to have an Epsom's because of, you know, just like relaxing and just after you've been on stage and stuff and stood weirdly in the same way you used to when you were 19. So you're all crooked and you do all these shapes that you're thinking, what are you doing, Heyward? But you do it anyway.
That's an image.
Yeah. So I go back, I have a bath, and I read, and I relax, and need to keep my heart rate back down.
Well, we were hoping you'd get quite a few goodies from Premier Inn after our last interview, but we don't know if you did.
No, I haven't. You know, I'm up for the advert though. You know, I'm definitely up for it.
So you've had a really big year. You've obviously reunited with Haircut 100, and you had an amazing gig at the Shepherd's Bush Empire. How was that for you?
It was so good. It was so good. It was really, really, just like, you know, we're all kind of like pinching ourselves because it's really nice how organic it's happening this time, and so to stand on stage with the guys that, like, it was our dream. It was our dream around the coffee table in 1980. You know, when we changed our name 300 times, and you know, just adjusting course as we're going along, and all the thousands of rehearsals, and you know, the dream, and then all the kind of like trying to get an amp and save up for an amplifier, save up for a guitar, and just, you know, I know lots of friends, and it just, I don't know how lucky it is that I don't know how we did it, because it really was pot luck in those days. I mean, you just did your best, and I don't know why it was and it constantly surprised you, like find yourself on top of the pops. It was like, Les and Graham and I were like, can you believe this? Can you believe this? It's happening. That thing in that, remember we were in that awful hole in this rehearsal studio, you know, going like, you know, I got an hour or two to rehearse after work. You know,
I remember you telling us about the costumes that you got, or the jumpers. They were a bit of a last minute thing, weren't they, before you went on to Top of the Pops?
Yeah, that was it. It was Brian, actually, our publisher, who said, because it was so cold in there and they make 10 people look really like a crowd, that he said, just, you know, keep the jumpers on, and so we did.
And it became a massive thing, didn't it?
Yeah, we could have, because we had gold lame suits on, so we could have been ABC.
You could have been.
I mean, it was close call.
So this year is the 40th anniversary of Pelican West, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, about 41.
41,
but,
yeah.
You know,
celebrating it.
Exactly, yeah.
You had a deluxe version out, didn't you, recently?
But you know, to tour, like be touring 40 years later, and we haven't done a tour for 40 years. Now that's kind of like still pinching ourselves moment. And
so you've got a 15-day tour coming up, I think.
Yeah.
Including the Cambridge Corn Exchange that we hope to come along to.
Oh, great.
What have we got in store?
Pelican West and as many others as we can put in there from the 40th anniversary, which are kind of from the second album, bits and bobs, and you know, other stuff. I mean, we just we just put in the songs. I mean, we put in "Down Down" by Quo.
Oh, we like a bit of Quo.
I just wanted to play that.
Yeah.
That intro to me was in front of the mirror, triple denim, like the dream. Like I want to be Rick Parfitt, you know, like with that, because I had the hair, you know, and like Francis Rossi with the open. I couldn't work out the tuning, and I found out nowadays I can work it out. It's an open G. So it's quite. So I learnt the intro, and we played it, and it was just this. I was just imagine being in my bedroom in Beckenham, going off to the school disco, and just kind of this was it. This was the dream, you know.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So just standing there in a place like Shepherd's Bush Empire, which is quite an iconic building anyway. Like, you know, it's Crackerjack, isn't it? And so this is it. It's Wogan. You know, it's Russell Harty. This is it. And so here we are. It's got that history, that heritage about it, which I really like about that building.
Yeah, it's amazing. Just really quickly before we go, because I know there's people waiting for you. There are, yeah. We've been asking everyone, what was the first vinyl single you bought?
The first?
Yeah, first.
First was Laughing Gnome. Oh. Well, actually, before that, I bought Gypsies, Tramps and Thieves by Cher. Yeah. And then I bought Laughing Gnome. Yeah. And they both walked. They were both walked, and I had to take them back.
No.
Yeah, it was a summer, I think.
Yeah. And who was your pin-up on your wall?
Dustin Hoffman, I think, in The Graduate. Yeah. It wasn't a girl. Amazing. It wasn't a woman. I don't have. You know, it was like. It was like Marlon Brando and James Dean and Dustin Hoffman. I was fascinated with those films. It was cinema. It was America, really. I was really drawn towards that place. And that's why I never dreamt that I'd ever go there. It was another world. I was like somewhere else.
It's amazing. So glad that you did go into the music world rather than the acting world. So.
I've never been able to act at all. You know. It's hard to remember those lines. How do they do that? I've got so much respect for actors. How do they remember all that stuff?
You remember all your lines, don't you?
Kind of. Yes. Not in the right order sometimes, but I do remember them.
Oh, thanks, Nick. Thanks so much. Really enjoyed your set. Lovely to see you again.
Thank you very much.